became a licensed physician, a postdoctoral fellow research at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health here in Canada. It all started with an idea. Guatemala is a country that is not frequently heard of. We hear other countries that are closer to them, like, I'm not going to name countries, but they're better in different things. But Guatemala is a country that strives in beauty, has majestic landscapes, volcanoes, mountains that are to die for. And it was here where I started my medical formation. Guatemala is characterized as a developmental country. What we lack in developmental indexes, we strive in brotherhood and in getting people better. If you come to Guatemala, you know that people here come to feel relaxed, come to feel inspired, come to feel brotherhood, come to feel that there's somebody there to hear them. And that's what we're there for. That's what I've learned. When I started university, they taught me everything to know about my career, everything from theories. But one thing that they taught me was always the responsibility to preserve life. To preserve life was our most basic thing to do. And through that, I would only come face to face with that reality until the first year of university in the hospital, my clinical rotations. One of the greatest advantages of studying in Guatemala was the training itself. I was able to get my hands in action when it came to treating patients, when it came to being with the sick and the wounded. And that really brought me to be closer to how they would feel, to how I would interact with my environment, with people that I saw every day, with even my workplace, my family, my friends. Guatemala, the state it is actually not the best when it comes to sick. We lack supplies, we lack human resources. And that's why when students come to the hospital, we get to have our hands in action and heal the sick and wounded. In fact, the first day that I was in the hospital, in my clinical rotation as a surgery student, I got to see the emergency room filled with patients. And then a patient came with a gunshot wound to his chest, and my residents decided to do an emergency thoracotomy. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a quite graphic procedure that I'm not going to tell you. But my resident told me, hold the ambu bag, which is the bag that the bag valve maps to keep the patient through mechanical ventilation. So because of this, I got to see all the procedure. I saw how my residents would open the thoracic cavity with great skill, exposing the internal organs and grabbing the heart and giving an internal cardiac massage. At the same time, I was able to collapse the bag that I was holding and see how the lungs would inflate and deflate. This, by many people, might feel or see a little bit graphic, but I saw it in awe because I saw all my residents pursuing to keep this patient alive with every means possible. Guatemala, as a developmental country, does not actually have the resources that other developmental countries have. We would have lack in supplies, medications, surgical instruments. But that only came to bring us the possibility, came to bring chances and opportunities for us to strive in innovation, seeking ideas, seeking things that will bring the patient to its comfort every single day, every single moment of the day. I was working with a team of people that were from nurses to technicians to doctors. And all of us, our priority was the patient. And through that, I came to see that exactly that's what we do as doctors, preservation of life. In my clinical rotations, I encountered, when I came to the psychiatric rotation, schizophrenia patients. Schizophrenia is a mental disease that is debilitating was a big burden to our society. But what we lack is prevention. Because schizophrenia is not understood completely to this day, I found that I need to be part of this. So I was researching for Toronto, and I found that Toronto is a prominent city in neuroscience. So I decided to immigrate here to Canada and be here in Toronto. When I came to Toronto, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. People did not take into account my medical degree. Even though I would have done all these amazing, spectacular things, they did not take into account that I was actually a doctor. But I was knocking on every door possible, and thanks to my supervisor, Dr. Ms. Rocky, she opened the door for me in the neuroimaging and early psychosis lab to be part of this great happening in history. And I worked my way up all the way to become a postdoctoral fellow in research under her supervision, looking at oxidative stress in the brain. You might think it's quite specific, right? But oxidative stress, even though it's something specific, there's many other reasons, many other factors that contribute to the pathophysiology of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is one disease. There's so many other diseases in this world, so many other problems, so many other factors that can be targeted. But every single idea, every single person has that capacity to do it. Every single person can innovate, can think, can brainstorm, can bring one sand more to the pile, one building block to the wall. And that's why I'm here today. Thanks to this whole process, to a team, a family, of friends, of many people that have come into me, to my life, I'm here today being part of this grain of sand that all of you should be. All of you have to contribute to our society, because that's what we would be leaving as a print in our world, in our history. And that is really important for us to not just be good, like selfish acclaim, but more that leave something for the society, for the people that we're with. In Guatemala, I wouldn't be exposed to many patients what happened with them after we treated them. We would see them maybe once or two times after, but we would never know what happened. But the few people that we did know what happened, they were better or not. But we know that the people were always grateful. And for that feeling, that satisfaction that brings us was priceless. So I encourage you guys today that ideas worth spreading is not just a slogan, it's not just a phrase, it's actually a way of life.